Namaste, Scorpio. This is going to be your reading for the month of October. I was supposed to be doing Cancer, and I just realized it when I picked up your cards after I shuffled them, because I did Libra, and you would be following Libra, and that's why I had Scorpio in my mind as I was shuffling. So that's why I don't want to change the reading or change the cards now. This is your reading because I focused on Scorpio. But just now I realized, oh yeah, after I did Libra, I only did them because it was their birthday month. Then I went to the beginning of the zodiac and started with Aries. And the last one I did was Gemini. So I really should be doing Cancer right now. Some of you may have some sort of ties to Cancer, or maybe you have Scorpio and Cancer energy. I don't know why this occurred, but there probably is reason for it. I personally don't believe in coincidences. Anyway, I'm doing monthly readings now instead of bi-weeklies because I just have a lot of problems on my channel. I even posted something recently on Facebook. There was an acknowledgement from YouTube about some of the wacky things that are going on with my channel. I screenshotted and uploaded it, and because of that and all the number of clients that I do have that I'm very thankful for, knock on wood, but I'm just too busy to constantly be fighting to try to get videos up and pray that they make it into the feed and can actually be seen. When they are, they're very, very successful, and there's usually like one or two out of each set that I do that makes it, that like sort of breaks through or falls through a crack and gets viewed and everything. So far this time around, it's Taurus. They've got like 2,500 views and like 250 likes, and had 0 dislikes up until last night. Somebody must have got mad about all the likes and everything that I had on there and added 1 or 2. Anyway, we're going to get into your reading, beginning with the Sun, major arcana card, the Sun in reverse, which is a card that says basically what the Sun upright says. Maybe just like it's a little bit, the strength is lessened a bit when the card is in reverse, but this is still about clarity. This is still about enlightenment. This is still about good health. Maybe after a time, maybe you had to go through some treatments for a while. Possibly the poor health had something to do involving rays, like maybe you needed a sonogram or chemotherapy, radiation, MRI, some sort of laser surgery, maybe you had a fever, all of those things, and so it was a while that you were unwell, but getting better now. In the general sense, in more traditional tarot practice, the card reminds us to remain thankful and focused on the things that we appreciate in our lives, the things that are good, and for the most part everything should be good, but everybody feels like there's somebody always doing better than us, and oh, look what they have and I don't have it. I mean, we all do that every now and then, and the idea is to not get caught up in that when this card is showing up, and to focus on the things that you have and that you're thankful for, that you're grateful for, that and or that you're trying to manifest, to get that positive energy flowing, and not focus on anything that is not conducive to your growth, like negativity. And the next card is also in reverse. It's the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which means you may have been feeling like I just described. Like, oh, woe is me. Everything good happens to everybody else. Everybody has everything. I don't have anything. When is it going to be my turn? And all of this kind of stuff. We've all been there. But this card in reverse says that if you felt like that, or if you experienced some actual loss and lack in your life, whether it was financial, tied to the Pentacles, or, in some other area, connected to your relationships, you felt lack, you felt rejection, you felt alone, left out in the cold, there's nobody there to support you in terms of friends and all that kind of stuff. Wherever it was, you're coming out of that energy, and you're becoming better, you're becoming stronger and more confident in yourself as a person, and you're manifesting things now. There's an uptick. If you haven't experienced it yet, again, you're going to experience it in October. There's going to be an uptick in your finances and in, whatever area it was that you felt in which you were lacking. And that will allow you to move forward, positively and very confidently. The Chariot, which does represent the sign of Cancer. Isn't this funny? I said this was supposed to be Cancer's reading. It does represent the sign of Cancer, and it's a card of victory, success, movement, moving. It's literal and metaphoric movement. It's travel, it's modes of transportation. Somebody could be getting a new car. All of these things. You may also want to be careful in October about things like speeding or driving anyway when you know that you have like a brake light out or something that you could get pulled over for. Go ahead and get it fixed before going into October, because it could end up getting pulled over actually. And this is definitely your energy as well as that of Cancer. The Knight of Cups in reverse. He is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He's super romantic. And so there could be movement in your romantic sector as well, your relationship sector. Like I said, everything on the uprise. So now we're going to cut, I guess first, looking at the Queen of Pentacles, who is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, and then opening to the 10 of Pentacles. So maybe the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who helps you to come into some sort of abundance, maybe even leaves you or grants you some sort of inheritance, or something, or offers you a job, or is your boss, gives you a promotion. Or if it's not tied again to money or assets, it is something else, very possibly having to do with your home, and maybe a move or remodel, relocation or something. And it may be something that you've been hoping for, wishing for a very, very long time, and now your dreams are beginning to come true. Strength is a card that in any and every area of your life it shows up. It is super positive in terms of money, it's increase, in terms of love and relationship, it strengthens relationships where, mutual adoration and protection. In general energy, it's you having the ability to face any and everything that comes your way. This is another card of relationship, very much so, up to and even including marriage. Otherwise, about, traditional things, traditional values. And this may be about breaking away from those and like no longer having the fear that you have to see things like anybody else in the world sees them. Or do them or does them, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You're working within the law or changing the laws where they're no good, and minding your business, not hurting other people, just doing your own thing. Oh, okay. Two of Wands is a card of manifestation. It's the second step in manifestation. We begin with the one, and that focused intention or thought that I suggested you have based on reading the Sun in reverse. Focus your intention on those things that you have, or those things that you want, in a very positive way. And then with the 2, we have faith that they're going to come to pass. And then the 3, we begin to see them on the horizon or coming form, taking shape in a more tangible way. And then the 4 of Wands is we have successfully manifested. Other meanings of the 2 of Wands, it's something about, 2s are about balance in general. So we need balance in our lives, every area. This could be work and play, or again, movement and maybe rest, making sure that you do both of those. Wands are about movement. The 2 of Wands is also the soulmate or twin flame or divine union card of the tarot. And your real overall energy is the 3 of Cups. It's a card of celebration, reconciliation, reuniting with close friends, family members, romantic interests, exes, and all that kind of stuff. It also guides us to get out and be social, and to, if we're invited to a social event, to actually attend. So in terms of that balance in our lives where we need to, between work and play, maybe you've been doing too much of the work and it's time for you to have some play, and this is guiding you to be social. I'm going to put these down for a second and grab the stand so we can see the cards more clearly as I pull them and talk about them. So I'm going to pull 4. The first one will be most directly representing Scorpio over the month of October, and it is the Knight of Swords. You could be involved with a Knight of Swords, or you could be, maybe again, you've been in a position where there was like stagnation, no movement, all of a sudden things are taking off. You may have a decision that you have to make, or be awaiting a decision from someone else or some other entity, or both. Maybe sometimes we need to receive information or a decision from somewhere else in order for us to make a decision as to what our next move is. So all of those are possible for you, with the Knight of Swords representing you most directly. Also connected to the energy of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. But again, this month in particular can very much so be your energy, because your sign enters Mercury rather, the planet Mercury, which rules the sign of Gemini as well as that of Virgo, enters Scorpio this month, and in fact goes retrograde in a couple of weeks during this month in your sign as well. So that may very well be why the Knight of Swords is showing up. Surrounding energies, close friends, family members, romantic interests maybe, or partners. 10 of Pentacles. So things going around you, again, improving, going good. Somebody may have passed, but not necessarily recently. Again, you may be inheriting something. Or winning something, or coming into some sort of lump sum, maybe as a result of a decision, like a legal decision. And here is your outcome. We'll look at it a little bit closer in a second. Work and finance. 9 of Swords in reverse. So maybe you did not have a job, you were out of work. A lot of people are or have been because of COVID, or you were underemployed maybe as a result of that, or for whatever reason. These things happen, and now you've gotten a job, or you're getting a job, or you're coming into some sort of increase. So your worries and anxieties about work and finance are over. That could be what that's about. And lastly, love and relationship. Wow, the Ace of Wands, movement. Again, maybe having something to do with physical, actual movement, maybe even meeting somebody while you are traveling, perhaps for work. Let's make sure everything's in frame. That's better. All right, that looks good. So let's get into it. So we're going to begin with the 3 of Cups. That's our overall energy again. And it's about having at least one positive reunion during this time. One very pleasant reunion. It says that you can look forward to it. And that's with someone or something. So for example, if you had been separated from your job, separated from employment or from income, you could be reunited with that. That's one of those things that could happen this month. If you have been separated or apart from a close friend, a family member, a romantic interest, a mate or something, you could be, and that could include the fact that you were in jail. And again, you're waiting for a legal decision, something that's going to let you out, that's going to make you feel super abundant, right? That everything's going your way. And then you'll be reunited with somebody from whom you've been away for some time. And it's going to be, again, very, very pleasant. This is not one of those reunions where you're like, I wish I hadn't bumped into this person. Or I wish this thing hadn't come back into my life. This is someone or something that you're going to be happy about returning. Also, judging by the Knight of Swords again, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands in particular, maybe not so much the 9 of Swords in reverse, this could be a new baby, a new house, you're getting married, you're getting engaged, some other happy occasion, somebody came home from jail. That's a reason to celebrate in some of our cultures and lives and stuff like that, experiences. So let's move on to the Knight of Swords upright. And it's a card that says that if we're waiting for some sort of news again, or a decision or something, we're likely to be pleased by what we hear, and that news or information, that decision that comes down may be grounds for a celebration, very, very possibly, with looking at a combination of the Knight of Swords and the 3 of Cups. Also, it points to a lot of activity, travel, just being like out and about. And again, if your life had been stagnant, it hadn't been moving, you maybe even been bored, boom, all of a sudden this is things really, really picking up and being sort of speedy, like not unlike myself right now, because I'm a Gemini, and so I can get into this sort of thing where I talk fast, and you're unlikely to feel like waiting for anything else to happen or to come to you. So things that you want, things that you've been wanting, like you're ready, even if you weren't before, because you were in that 5 of Pentacles rather energy. And so maybe you just were taking some time to yourself to, again, wallow in self-pity and stuff like that. And that's completely over. That's completely over. And you're like activated, and you're not willing to wait for anything else to just come to you or just happen. You're ready to take action. The way that I read pages versus knights, pages bring news and information. Knights are about the action that we take based on that information, or that news that we got. And so this one is ready to do something. And so he's pursuing the love interest that he wants. He's pursuing the job that he wants. He's pursuing, whatever it is, and maybe being an active catalyst in perhaps even this reunion that may be occurring for some of you. In love, believe it or not, the Knight of Swords, although he doesn't seem very sexy or romantic, can be about being completely swept off your feet, as can the Two of Wands, which we also saw just a little bit ago. And this is the case whether you're a male or female. If you're currently in a relationship, it's probably about to get, a lot more exciting and deeper and more satisfying, and you guys are all about the depth, right? All about the deep and stuff. I know a bunch of you. And that's how you are. So this is your kind of energy, like really moving into that space where we're below the surface and we're looking at real stuff. If you're single and looking for love, it may come along when you totally least expect it. But you have to be sort of engaging with society and being out there maybe where you can, meet new people and be in contact with them. It's not likely to come knocking on your door. So if you get invited somewhere, again, take advantage of this social energy, get dressed up and get out in a safe way. I know that different people in different areas have to take different precautions based on the coronavirus pandemic across the world and other issues that plague us. But, as long as you can be safe, get out there and enjoy yourself. Moving on to the Ten of Pentacles, it says that, you have a great deal to be thankful about. So we started with this kind of energy for you, with the sun in reverse. Now, did I mention the sun is most directly connected to the sign of Sagittarius? I don't think I did. I'm being guided to mention that now. So it is. It is connected to Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, which along with your sign, as well as that of your planet, your ruler rather, Pluto, as well as that of Capricorn, Saturn, all three planets have been retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. And yours recently came out. Saturn comes out this week, I believe. And did Jupiter exit? Doesn't really matter. But that could be, my point was that could be what the Sagittarius energy was about. Your planets sort of sharing a space in Capricorn. And maybe I was reminded because of all these pentacles, because Capricorn is the workhorse of the zodiac. So it is all about, getting that bag and being really pragmatic and practical and grounded and invested in doing that. These are providers. These are people who work hard for their security and stability, and you may be enjoying some of that energy or be tied to some people in your surroundings of that nature. I mentioned that in terms of your work, it could be a new job or increase, promotion, all of that kind of stuff. And in love, it's also a super positive card that if you're already in a committed relationship, you may very well be moving on to the next level. Like I mentioned a moment ago, things like engagement, especially in consideration of this Knight of Swords. Engagement, marriage, babies, new house, cohabitation. All these things are possible and, in fact, likely, if they apply to different people. But the energies will apply to different people in different ways. If you're not in a relationship, for example, it's going to be a different way for you. It can mean definitely new love can come into your life again, maybe when you least expect it, so fast that your head will spin. So getting swept off your feet and having a spinning head. Now, while we're on the topic of love, the Nine of Swords in reverse, although it's in your work and finance placement, I'm just going to mention it, can be about a current relationship that's not good. And so maybe for some of you, maybe that's why a reunion, perhaps with an ex or something, or a soulmate, a divine union, a twin flame, in consideration of that Two of Wands, is going to be super pleasant for you because where you are, you're not happy. You may even feel that your partner has been dishonest or disloyal, there's been infidelity or something, and you should definitely trust your gut with this Nine of Swords. Now I'll move on to what I really should be talking about in terms of the Nine of Swords, and that is work and finance. It says that you're probably worrying about a job, but really the message of this card is that like worrying about stuff doesn't change it, doesn't improve it, doesn't help it, and positive thought and intention is what does. So we already got that message again from the sun in reverse. We're supposed to be focusing on what's good in our life and what we're trying to bring good in our life. And the same thing for the Five of Pentacles, and now with this Nine of Swords. In terms of finances specifically, it could say that you need to be cautious about who you trust. You know, so maybe in terms of an investment or loaning somebody money, even if they say, "Oh, come on, man, you know me, I got you," and you're like, "But I got to pay my rent tomorrow," and they're like, "I got you. I'm gonna bring it right back." If you feel in your gut that they will not, that you cannot trust them, then do not loan them that money, especially in terms of something like that. Like, don't give anybody any money or anything that you need for yourself. You know, if you have extra, then of course we're guided to always share, and we have extra and to pay it forward and all these things. That's super positive. But where you can't afford to not have it returned to you, because you got to consider very strong possibility of this money or thing or whatever is never coming back to you if you loan it. So again, just be cautious. And same thing like in terms of investments, you're in the mood to gamble or whatever, you only play with what you can afford to lose. There's also a potential, it's a much smaller chance, that you could be accused of something that you did not do when it comes to money. So maybe theft or something like that. If this happens, then you make sure you stand up for yourself and even get legal help if necessary, to bring us back to the Knight of Swords. And maybe it's at your job. Maybe you say, "Oh, you took some money out the register or whatever." You did not. The meaning of the card is that you did not. But there's a potential for you to be, again, accused of it. So stand your ground, defend yourself. Don't let anybody walk over you or, you know, like disrespect your name. Okay, sully your name, you know. Let's move on that note to, again, more happy and exciting and positive things with the Ace of Wands in our love and relationship sector. For singles, the Ace of Wands talks about a new relationship beginning, heading our way very, very soon. But we have to make ourselves available for it. So again, it could be talking about the Two of Wands, the need for balance, work and play. We could be all tied up in work. Maybe being like workhorses, like a Capricorn, because that's where our ruling planet has been located. But we got to break away from work a little bit to make time for love and relationships, if that's in what we're interested. And if we do, we should be very pleased at the outcome, because somebody's wanting to come to us, come into our life. If we're already in a committed relationship, this is another one of those cards that tells us it's probably going to be some sort of new beginning, and it's going to just, you know, get a lot deeper and stronger and rise to new heights. New beginning, again, could be some new phase, new step, like now we're becoming parents together, we're having a baby, now we're purchasing a home together, we're moving in together, you know, now we're getting married. So that's a brand new beginning in an existing relationship. Now I want to sort of supplement these cards with some cards from another deck. Ugh, I'm getting all tongue-tied. Because the way I've been thinking about this is like I'm kind of like reading you guys fortunes for the month. It's a predictive reading for the month of October. So I have fortune reading cards that I've been using to supplement these readings by Sharina Starr and Richard Crooks. If anybody wants to look into the cards for themselves, I'm going to pull those out now. I'm just going to move these back a little bit. I'm still going to keep them out here. Are they still in frame? Okay, good. Move these here. And I'm going to pull 4 cards again. But we're going to begin with this overall energy of coffin. Natural endings abound. Take care with your health. So this is kind of death, right? Death in the tarot represents your sign, Scorpio. This is one of those cards. It has that kind of feel. Something is coming to a natural ending. We're going to allow it to. We're not going to try to hold on to it. We're going to let it go because it's giving birth to a new beginning. A new phase is starting. So first card, most directly representing you, supplementing the Knight of Swords upright, is celebrations. You're ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. Maybe love that sweeps you off your feet. Or maybe, again, getting back with your ex. Maybe you've realized that was a soulmate relationship, a divine union, a twin flame relationship. You've been awakened spiritually, and you're wanting to head back to that because your current relationship is hard. And you realize it's with, someone that's toxic, or it's a toxic connection. It's not the right one for you. Whatever. You want to celebrate. This is about, again, moving and shaking and positive things happening very, very quickly and soon in your life. Moving on to the 10 of Pentacles and surrounding energy, close friends, family members, co-workers, all that kind of stuff. We have Phoenix. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. So again, maybe we were concerned about money or assets, or someone passed and that was a crisis in our family or among our friends. We were hurt, but now there is an inheritance, or something like that. Or again, somebody was jailed, because I don't know why jail keeps coming up, but somebody was jailed, they're coming home. That was a crisis, but they're coming home. So now there is renewal and it's all good. And perhaps that's brought on by Jupiter, again, located in Capricorn there with your own ruler, Pluto. Jupiter is the planet of growth, expansion, luck, and karma. So it could very well be something like that. Moving on to work and finance, and the 9 of Swords in reverse, the card is Angel. Your angels are guiding and protecting you across your spiritual journey. So your angels are not going to allow you to be, completely down and out, to be broke. They're with you, especially guardian angels. In fact, October 2nd is Guardian Angel Day. And yesterday, I don't know why these aren't standing up. They've been behaving for all the other readings. Yesterday, September 29th, was Archangel's Day, or otherwise known as Michaelmas, or the feast day of Archangels Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. And lastly, love and relationship, and the Ace of Wands. It's the Sun. Very nice. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. And I think that this wand, these cards sort of mimic each other. First of all, wands represent fire, and like the Sun, like I said, maybe most directly Sagittarius, but as well as the energy of Leo and Aries. This could also be something that's tied to the Aries full moon. A lot of us getting really, really positive energy out of that full moon. That occurs tomorrow on October 1st. And I just see, with the leaves and stuff, with this rod here, and then these plants, these sunflowers, and all the growth, I feel a real connection between these two cards. Also, the way that this is drawn and illustrated in terms of the illumination here, and the way that this is drawn similarly, the illumination around this sun. So this is about growth in your relationships, or, past maybe and present. And real change for you. Positive, positive, positive. Every single area of your life. Very happy for you guys, Scorpio. You guys are another ones like Gemini, that we often get like the short end stick, like the reading that says we got to go back and do more inner work and stuff like that, time and time again. And this one is really positive. So I hope you enjoy your month of October. For those of you who will be celebrating a birthday, like my own daughter, her birthday is October 23rd, that the day that was argued in court as being the first day of creation ever. Somebody swore to it and testified that was the case. Yeah. So yeah, some of you October Scorpios, happy birthday to you. November Scorpios, happy birthday to you too. But you know why I was talking to the October ones first. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. As I mentioned in the beginning, I have a lot of trouble with YouTube, but hopefully if you hit both of those buttons, you'll get at least notifications when I put up new videos. I appreciate it all. I thank you for watching. Namaste.